So this is one a lot of people have been asking about DLP for years. So anything goes to the internet, you get a DLP policy here. And this is going through these three are all going through the sort of SIG features. Right, system, I got a very simple, just one rule, and I'm blocking personal identifiable information. Let's see what that looks like. I've named it PII, I've given it the category high, and I've said block. What am I blocking? Or for whom am I blocking? First, the two tunnels, so default traffic, and the roaming computer. So if I'm sitting in my office or if I'm out, I get the same policy applied to me. Okay, so and what are we? Oops, I jumped out of there too soon. What are we blocking now? Go a little further down. We're blocking a data classification that I called PII. So what is that? We're going to have a look and see. Just take just a minute to get to the page, and there it is. There's a number of things that you might want to block or monitor for DLP. And you can monitor instead of block. You can just have it look and let you know, or let the administrator know, hey, this person's doing this. In this case, I decided to block these things, for example. Okay? So, and I just named it PII. There are lots of ones that are built in, tons, right? I don't even know what half this stuff is. Just pre-canned things, where it goes out there and it tries to do its best. I mean, the most obvious one is Social Security number. And it tries to do a best job of seeing if somebody's trying to transfer a Social Security number over the web, and then block it if it is, okay? So that's my DLP policy now. Okay. And now we are ready to do some testing. So here's the fun part. We already have all of our structure in place. I'm done here. Oh, I should go back here and finish this. You can just click on preview and shows you a little preview of what's going on. Okay. So that was the DLP policy. And the rest of these are really just components that plug into these policies, which we already covered. And we're looking good on time. So now I want to try to test. The first thing I want to do is I want to go to incognito, so I'm not having any caching issues. I want that like that. And let me share a quick slide. We're going to test our DNS policy. We should get a block by DNS if we go to gambling.com, because we blocked gambling, the category. We're blocked by the firewall ping to 1.1.1.1. In our web policy, we blocked access to job search, so we're going to test by trying to go to Glassdoor. And we did a warn for news, so we're going to try to go to CNN. And we have isolate for shopping, and we're going to try to go to Rakuten. Okay, so that's the plan. So here I am in my test browser, and I'm going to go to wait, I need to spell it correctly. So let me try that again, because who knows what that's going to open. All right. Try that again. Okay, so now blocked. Which one's blocking it? Gandalf, indicating this is our DNS policy that I set. So it says you're blocking. You can customize this text. You can put whatever image you want. You can put your company logo there if you want. I just want to have a little fun with it. Worked. Now we want to go to see if we can ping 1.1.1.1. So I'm dropping down to a command prompt. Oh, yep, something's not right there because that one's going through. So these are the joys of doing testing with that. And I have to look and see. Oh, I am not going to troubleshoot that right now. Oh, yes, I am. I see I'm not on the right network. I'll show you. I'm not on WeTV. So if I do that, though, I'm going to lose the WebEx. So I'm going to stay right here. And at the end, I'll go over there to test that one. Okay, because I'll lose the WebEx and come back, but I don't want to lose it permanently. So I will test that use case last. Okay, so good. Those are, like I said, those are the fun parts of doing a live demo. But now where do we want to go to? We want to try to go to www.glassdoor.com. Right. And Glassdoor is blocked by who? Roz. That's, oh, I didn't show you the preview. It's a different image just so we can discern. But this is what's showing up. This tells me that it's blocked by my web policy instead of by my DNS policy. Okay, so it's being blocked there. Now we want to try to go to a news site, CNN.com. Now this, again, web policy, but it's telling me, hey, I'm gonna let you in here, but just know that it may not be, permitted by your company. But I can click continue anyway. Okay, if I click continue, then I'm gonna get CNN, which has actually tons of content, so I'm gonna kill the page. But you get the idea. Here it is coming up, and you get all the images here. They'll pop up here in just a second. Okay. So I want to do one more, and that one is testing shopping. So I'm going to go to www. Go to a shopping site. Okay, I'm able to get there. You see in the little corner down here that it's isolated. That means that when I close this site, there'll be nothing left on this browser, on this computer, because it's a virtual browser. Okay, so all of our use cases except the ping, and we understand why the ping didn't work because I'm not on the right network, so I'll test that last. We're going to go to, now what we'll do, let's check out and see some of the reporting to see what goes on here. So I'm going to close out this, go back to Umbrella, go to my reporting, and go to activity search to see what was blocked by what. Okay. Give it a chance to remember that I'm coming back here and block. I'm filtering by block because if I don't, I see everything. All of my traffic permitted, not permitted, everything, right? And there's a lot of noise. So I'm trying to, weed out and just show me the things that we did during our test or close to it. Okay, what do we have? So here's our gambling.com that was blocked by our DNS policy. Okay, here's our job search, and that was blocked by our web policy. Okay, and then what else down here? There was another one. Nope, there's gambling. That was blocked by our DNS policy. Okay, and then actually earlier, because I did test this earlier today, you can see here's a log that when I'm on the proper network, if I do a firewall test, ping to 1111, you see that's blocked by the firewall policy. So there's all of our use cases. Okay, so that's validation that everything is working like it's supposed to be working for blocked. Well, let's look at the one that was warned. Okay, I come in here and look at the ones that were warned and accessed after warning. And here are the ones for web policy. Those are all the CNN sites and all their millions of little subsites that are popping off from that. Okay, so that was our warn use case. And then isolated here, we'll have a look down and see what was isolated. And isolated is our shopping site. Allowed but isolated. Okay, there's our use cases. So now let's have a look and see what else here. Those are our use cases. Now I want to show you insights, which in Meraki gives you a bit of visibility of what type of traffic, and that ties in as well. So I'm back on the Meraki dashboard, pick an insight, and I'm going to web app health. I'm not going to go too far into this because time is limited here. I'll just go a little bit into it. And what this is doing here is this is going to load the applications that it has seen. I have a few monitors here, and it's telling me actually that there's no problems, which is kind of boring when you're doing a demonstration. And this one, I haven't done anything with Microsoft yet in the past. This range that we're doing this, I just set this up. So if I go to manage or configure web applications, I can say what I want to manage, and there's a lot of them in here. The ones that I want to look for. And for that matter, I can set up alerts to where I can say, for Office SharePoint or Office 365, if there's getting to be some problems, send me an alert at my email address. Okay. And then what else is under here? We'll look at WAN health. Pretty simple since I'm just at home. One network connection tells me everything's good. Here's my usage. Interesting, I'm sending a lot more up than pulling down. That's because I was doing work on the slide deck, which I didn't have to use, but that's why the usage is up high. Even though the throughput is much worse coming down than going up, because that's what broadband does, right? So with a little bit of loss there, and tells you here's some troubleshooting so you can see what's going on. See, I got some loss. And that gives me the ability of doing some troubleshooting. And finally, I can come out here and have a look at internet outages. And internet outages is where Meraki Insight actually integrates with Thousand Eyes, which is another product alternative to Insight, which can give you a lot more visibility. I don't have time to go into that today, but this tells you some outages that are going on. You can kind of zoom into some of these to know what all is going on in the world, if there are any internet outages, which is really great to give you additional visibility. Yeah, to tell you which providers are having outages here. Okay. So that was just a brief overview of Insight. Okay. Now what we want to do is, now that I'm all hooked up, I need to do some work. So I'm going to come out here and I'm going to get another browser up going here and connect to Duo Central. So Duo, you might know it as providing multi-factor authentication. So I'll show you that half of it at least. When I'm logging in here to the dashboard, this will show me my single sign-on application, so you get a little bit of that as well. Okay. So it's sending me a push. You can't see this, but on my phone, I have to click OK to approve. That's multi-factor authentication to prevent somebody from getting to my web application if they were to, commandeer my credentials. Okay. I think I should have cleared my cache here before starting this. So we'll get past this. Yeah, here are my web applications, and I'm just going to show you for now. I'll get into my Cisco Secure Endpoint, otherwise known as AMP for Endpoints, single sign-on, and you'll notice here I did not have to put in a password because I'm already logged in to a cloud application. In this case, I can use my fingerprint for a multi-factor authentication in this particular case. So I put in my fingerprint. My Mac has a fingerprint scanner. And then I get into AMP for Endpoints, again, loosely part of the whole SASE portfolio. I can come in here and look at computers and look at Mac. And here is my computer right here. And I can look at events. Oh, see, I got something going on here. Something to investigate for later. And I can look at events and show you what all's been going on here. Okay, so again, very, very, very high level view of AMP for Endpoints. And then finally, I want to be able to get into the office to do certain things. And just for before and after, I need to be able to get to my ICE server, right? But that's not available on the outside. So I need to connect to the VPN. I'm using Cisco Secure client. Okay, so get my password in here. And then I have a push on my Duo Mobile, which you don't see. I'm clicking OK because it's on my phone. Lets me in there, and I'm going to bring this back up to show you now that, hey, it's switched up. I just connected to a different network. Okay, so now I'm on a different, hey, Steve, can you still hear me? I did just switch networks.
Yeah, you sound fine.
Okay, so that's, when connecting to different networks, sometimes that happens. But you'll notice that the web protection here popped to disabled because now I'm connected to my network. So whatever features are enabled in that particular network are turned on, this one's turned off. And now if I come down here and I go to go to connect here. Oh. Yes. Okay, there's my web interface, for my only internally available application controlled by Cisco Secure AnyConnect. So that means that I would have seen that no matter what, and it's working its way up here now. And I don't need to make you guys wait to see that, other than just know that the ICE interface is indeed loading. Okay, switch networks over to the proper network. And then you can see I was pinging 1111 and it was blocked. So, troubleshooting.